Okay, folks, it's your buddy Mike Messier. Just got out of the movie theater for a German film in English with English subtitles, Corsage. Now, I'm probably going to get a lot of the history wrong. I believe this movie takes place between 1877 and 1878. So, well over 100 years ago, 130 years ago. Period piece, you might say, about the upper crust, the royals, if you were. If you know me, if you know anything about me, well, maybe you wouldn't know this because this is kind of deeply buried in my world. I'm not a big fan of the royals, meaning royal families, princes and princesses and queens and monarchs and kings and Prince Harrys and all these people. To me, you might as well believe in dragons and so forth, or unicorns, or octopus, or something like that. So somebody's angry about this. Well, I don't know what to tell you. It's just how I feel. I'm not a big fan of royalty. Now, I do find them to be, or the concept perhaps, to be interesting in film. I believe it was about a year and a half, 2 years ago that one of my favorite actresses, I'm trying to remember her name, the girl from the Twilight movies, played Princess Diana in a film. What's her name? Catherine or Christina Thomas or something? Nobody. I'm not at a fast food parking lot. I'm in the movie theater parking lot. Javier. Javier, who's been very upset with a lot of my opinions lately, but continues to watch the videos. So I do appreciate the fact that although you hate my opinions, Javier, you continue to watch. So thank you, I guess. But let's discuss this movie. What's that girl's name, Javier? Kristen Thomas or something? Kristen something or other from the Twilight movies. Kristen Scott Thomas, is that it? Well, Javier, that's kind of the point, buddy. Javier Nino. Good name, though. I'll give you that. You have an interesting name. I like it. Uh, okay, so let's talk about this film. Um, this movie, Corsage, takes place 1877 to 1888 or so, and it's about this queen, basically. She and her husband have lost a child. The child would have been 22. The queen herself is coming to the age of 40, which in this world is basically like the life expectancy of the common women. So she, everywhere she turns, she's getting criticism about her weight, her appearance, and it's almost like a mirror image to our modern society, with these celebrities, especially the women on the red carpet, getting criticized for their looks all the time. I found myself on YouTube yesterday watching a Joan Rivers video for, I guess, from her red carpet show that she used to have back when she was breathing, and she was very critical of other women and their looks and their fashion, and our society has gotten very sensitive. Javier, speaking of which, is sensitive. The fact that I'm mispronouncing his name, I thought it was Javier Nino. I don't know. Well, you tell me, buddy. You spell it out for me, and I'll pronounce it the best I can. Javier's a funny guy. Very. He's going to call the road truck company. Well, when that road truck company gets here, buddy, I'll make sure and order a road truck. Uh, what else? So this movie was pretty good overall, although the lead character, is very hard to really feel for or feel anything good for her. She is an unlikable lead character, central character, but she's very pretty. And you can also kind of feel her pain. It seems like she's in over her head. Somehow she's gotten this life of the being the queen, but she really doesn't enjoy it. She's kind of in this weird marriage where she kind of gets along with the king, but it's kind of an open marriage, at least on her end. She's a very sexual woman, very sexual, She's sleeping with the fucking horseback rider and sleeping with this guy and taking baths and all types of things. And there's one scene that wasn't really fully explained. Maybe it wasn't meant to be, but she's actually in bed with her own son, who's about, I would guess, 16 to 18. So very interesting. Uh, Javier is very upset. He's so upset that he's typing in all caps at certain points, and he's getting irate. He's irate with this film review. Although you, Javier, are also leading to the distractions with your mentioning of road trucks and tow trucks. So you're kind of pouring gasoline onto the fire of confusion now, aren't you, friend? And your angry face emoji represents that. So what else? Look, I watched the movie. I read all the words. There was some interesting moments when the characters actually spoke in English, which I guess was like the bedroom fetish in some scenes. Uh, I liked the movie. The scenery was good. I mean, not just good, but great. You can tell that this movie cost some money. Here's some questions, Javier, you might be able to answer in between typing. What's the deal? I felt at times that there was some type of modern inventions in this film that were kind of maybe not really there, but I don't know because I don't have a history book on me. But for instance, there was telephones in the castle. There was phones on the wall that never went used, but there they were. Um, I don't. I mean, I wasn't around, but I don't think that phones were that prolific. Back in 1878. I could be wrong, but I don't know. It seemed like the phones looked very modern for being there. Also, some of the lights in the castle, like actual lamps and so forth, seemed very modern or more modern than 1877, just to my eyes. I could be wrong. Also, at the end of the movie, there's a ship, a vessel, which also seemed kind of modern. Now, look, I'm not the grandmaster poobah of ship history and so forth, but I'm just telling you what I saw, and these things stood out to me a little bit. Some really good acting, though, in this piece. I mean, some of the problems that people have, Javier, as you know, people have marital problems, problems with their children, problems with their legacy, problems with aging, all these issues, whether you're the peasant on the street or whether you're a royal in the castle, these are all universal issues. Okay. But at the end of the film, as I was leaving, I did kind of think, all right, just another white woman with issues, another white woman who can't deal with reality. I mean, that's what came to my mind thinking about this piece, Corsage. Although, like I said, I did enjoy the film as I was watching it, and definitely wanting to see what happens next. Definitely a unique film, a German film. I don't know if I've ever gone to a German film before. So I would recommend this film. If you're the mainstream type of individual who needs to see an X-Men movie every 2 days, or you need to see the Avengers or whatever Tyrannosaurus Rex movie, you may not enjoy this film as much as I did. If you're enlightened, if you are educated, you like to see a smart type of film, you like to expand your boundaries, as I know that Javier does. But this was it was a good time. I enjoyed it. I'll remind you to let's see what Javier has to say. Obviously, the postmodern winks are eclectic in a film that was meant to be more of a sentiment rather than a literal period piece. Now that's a review. Well, here's to you, Javier. Here's a tip of the hat or a sip of the drink. Seems like you saw the movie, Javier. Maybe you did. Because that is a pretty good summary. I'll give you credit. Okay. And Javier is very upset that I'm saying his name. Very irate. Very upset, Javier. Okay, buddy. We've seen enough. So I would say go see this film. If you're an art house, like Javier, art house moviegoer, subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. Buy my books. Go to MikeMessier.com. As you see the little green thing there, and go to my website and go buy my books. Scroll to the bottom and buy them, Javier. So I enjoyed the movie. I think it was good. The lead actress was very good. I'd like to see her in some perhaps American films if she makes that transition. She'd be a very wonderful addition to American films. But maybe she wants to stay in Germany. Who knows? That's it. Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. For Javier and myself, good night.